I'm back with another video. So today is a bit of a story time. I don't even know how to tell stories that good, so you're just gonna have to bear with me and kind of, if I jump from one bit to come back to another bit, you're just gonna have to piece it together. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not shooting this again. But firstly, I'd like to say, for those people who were confused, because I had written a blog, which I'll put the blog of my pregnancy, delivery, everything thingy below. So if you don't quite get what I'm saying, if you're a reader or whatever have you can read that. But for those people who think that I could not have children even though I've got a son, you're a bit weird. I'm not infertile, so I can have kids. I do plan on having another child whenever my husband and I are ready to have a child. But scratch that, let me start from the beginning. So boom, yeah, it's December 2015. I had a drink up. At this point I was about 4 weeks pregnant. I got shit-faced. I didn't know at the time. Let me tell you this, I didn't know at the time, but I got shit-faced. Had a massive hangover. Thought, I know I'm a lightweight, but why am I having a hangover? Strike one. Strike two, it was Christmas. My birthday is 2 weeks. My birthday is 2 weeks before Christmas, so add it up now. Christmas, again, got shit-faced on Christmas. Boxing Day, I was like, nah man, I don't feel well. I laid in bed. Then, so you're doing the calculations. At this point, I'm 6 weeks pregnant. Then my mother decided she wanted to go visiting, so I was thinking, I need to take a pregnancy test, man. I know it's this, because let me pause that bit for a second. Yeah, like, I had a unplanned pregnancy because we were planning for a baby from about 2015, about June, let's say June. It was about June. We tried properly. And I thought, this is draining. I'm not getting pregnant. Like, what the fuck? I'm a unicorn. I can't have a child. Do you know what? I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with this right now. So, fast track into December 2015.
Boom. Pregnant.
How was I trying? And then when I didn't actually try, should have known, but I should have known, but I didn't know. But by the time I had clocked, I was like, whew, with child. I was about 2 weeks. No, not even 2 weeks. Let me not even lie. 9 days. My period was due 9 days late, and I went visiting. I couldn't get away from my family to do this flipping pregnancy test. I went to Superdrug, so I was like, yeah, mum, I'm gonna do, sales. I'm going to go to the sales now, spend all my Christmas money. So I went off to the sales. I was thinking, bitch, you. Went to Superdrug, one that says pregnant or not pregnant. So I got that one, and I went home straight away, took it. I had 2 of them. Pregnant, I was like, nah. Maybe I'm not really reading it properly. I couldn't believe it. I took a second one. Like, I was so shocked. Like, because it had not been happening, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. So I waited for my husband to come home. At this time, we weren't engaged. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at this point. He was like, okay, cool. Like, he was just so chill. I was like, I wasn't expecting him to freak out, but it would have made sense if he freaked out. He was just like, all right, cool. Like, how many weeks are you? And I was like, So, funniest thing, telling my mum, I was like to my mum, she was just like, how? I don't know, Mum, I kind of had sex, so, like, yeah. What do you mean, how? Like, do you need details? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Then she was just like, nah, I don't believe you. I'm taking you to the doctors. She took me to the doctor. I was 24 at the time. She took me to the doctors. And the doctor was like, yeah, she's pregnant. Why she still didn't believe the doctor? At around 8 weeks, I'm going to go through the months and the weeks. Around 8 weeks, I started experiencing pain. My mum was like, I told you, something's wrong. Maybe you're not pregnant. Maybe it's one of them false pregnancies. You need to go to the hospital. So she dragged my ass to A&E. I went to A&E. They were like, oh, I was just like, yeah, I'm pregnant. I took the test like 3 times. My mum thinks I'm not, but anyway. They're like, yep, you need to go to the early pregnancy unit. It opens at 9 a.m. the next morning. Went to the early pregnancy unit and I had, no, 7 weeks, I'm lying. At 7 weeks, I had a scan, an ultrasound, and I saw, and he had a heartbeat at 7 weeks. It was so lovely. The baby, he's completely fine. If you're experiencing pain, like I told them about, yeah, I suffer from adhesions. Oh yeah, you're high risk. I was like, why? Because you've got adhesions and we genuinely don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if your stomach is going to stretch. Like, I always had my doubts because I've got all these scars on my tummy. I'm going to show you them. I will. I'll be brave. So, I'll show you one of my first scars. So, this is one of the scars. My little lovely lady hunts. This is one of my scars. And this is from an operation that I had when I was 4 days old. So yeah, I've got one here and I've got one here, which is why I've got a little pouch. It's actually a hernia, so this is why every time, let me actually step back. Oh, sick. I'm in pictures and you see this little lump. This is what, guys, you call a hernia. It doesn't go down. It doesn't actually go down. Oop, bra showing. It doesn't go down. As you can see, I can't suck. You have to deal with seeing me with a pouch in videos and pictures. I'm really sorry for your eyes if you can't look at bodily functions and abnormalities, but that's my abnormality. Yeah, so that's why they were worried about me. Yes, that's why they were worried about me. And fucking here, whilst I'm talking, so you can see my bump, how it looked with all my scars. I'm gonna be forward. Now, in my mind, I never thought there would be issue with him having a natural birth, so I'm like, yeah. Then had an emergency appointment with my obstetrician. So I went to the old Lewisham Hospital, my second home. Large up Lewisham Hospital, innit? You don't know. Not. Yeah, I went to the old Lewisham Hospital and the consultant was like, before we consider your birth options, could you just tell us the amount of surgeries you have? So I was like, yes. So at 4 days old, I had Exhibit A, that surgery, and Exhibit B, another surgery when I was 6 months, and Exhibit C. And he was like, I regret to tell you this, but you will not be able to have a natural birth. You're going to have an elected C-section. And I was like, I thought you guys said I was high risk for surgery and I'm not allowed to be surgery on. They're like, they're going to make the incision as small. If I could show you my incision, it's actually really small, and as low then as possible. It's literally on, you know, like women, you know, like where your knicker line is. You're like literally on my knicker line. Like, I'm not talking about high-waisted knickers. I'm talking about literally, like, you can't see it. Like, some people's, when I've seen C-sections be performed, I've seen it so high up. Mine's is very, like, they did it really good. I have to large up my surgeon for that one because, and that was on the NHS. Well done, NHS. You did something good for once in your life for me. Big up you in it. Like, it healed well as well. Like, the incision was low and they promised it and they, you know, they delivered, and I can't fault them for that. That's one thing I can't fault them for. They did that. So then we're going to need to make it very small, and, you know, We just don't know what's going to happen, but we're not going to let you, we'll let you carry to full time, but we won't let you go to 40 weeks. You'll have that at 39 weeks. So I was like, fucking shitting myself inside. It was getting a bit hot in the room. It was getting a bit hot. It was getting a bit hot. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm getting hot thinking about it. It was getting hot. I was getting hot. I was like, yeah, I don't know about the surgery thing. I don't know about all of that. Like, I was scared. Yeah, so I didn't really tell anyone, to be honest. Like, I told my mum told her friends. And then whatever happened after that, I don't know. But I literally didn't tell no one. I was just like, everyone will know after, because I just thought, I'm going to die. I'm actually going to die. And I thought, nah, you know, you need to. No, you need to. Then they were like, you need a birthing partner. I was like, obviously my husband. My husband was fucking amazing. When I was pregnant, yeah. Let me tell you something about when I was pregnant. My husband used to do, he still does. Like, I'm just so spoiled. Like, I know he watches my videos and he's going to be rolling his eyes to the back of his head like it can't roll no more. But like, it literally spoils me. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Yeah. Like, literally. So that was that. In the 3rd trimester, already in a normal pregnancy, like I said, in normal pregnancy it can be hard enough, but your girl only had to go and get preeclampsia on top of that. So that's like, what is preeclampsia again? Something to do with your high blood pressure and swollen. I didn't have the swollen feet that much. I had like just a high blood pressure. So your girl had to go hospital firstly every week, then it was every 2 days. In the 3rd trimester it was every 2 days, and in the last 3 weeks it was every day. Imagine. Good thing I wasn't working at that time. At that time I wasn't even working, because like I was high risk from the beginning. I couldn't even keep a job because I was in pain so much. Having adhesions while you're pregnant, that puts so much pressure. So I had to go hospital for preeclampsia. I had so much pain from my adhesions. Sometimes I could literally feel like, as my tummy was getting bigger, like the scars and the adhesions ripping inside of me. Like, there's a couple of times I spent about 4 times I spent overnight in hospital for them to give me like paracetamol through the drip, because that kind of works better than, because you can't really take stronger painkillers. Like, they gave me dihydrocodeine when I was pregnant, but like then I had side effects, the worst. Then I had to call an ambulance. Like, it was just drama central. But let me tell you one thing. You see my son Cairo, he's actually a trooper, because throughout all of this, he was fucking healthy. It was just me. I'm the issue. Like, literally, when everyone saw me in hospital, they were like, oh my God, praying for a safe delivery. I hope the baby's healthy. La, la. The baby was healthy the whole time. There was nothing wrong with him. It was just his drama queen mother. It was just me. It was just me. The point where I put a picture of him in his scrubs, because he was my birthing partner. He held my hand the whole time, and at sometimes I thought his hand got too tight, like he was the one giving birth, and he was not. It was me. Okay, my makeup's a bit off today, but who gives a shit? Who gonna check me, boo boo? Yeah. So I checked into hospital. I had a epidural in my back. I can feel that right now. That epidural, and you have to lace. If you move, if you move, I'm telling you right now, if you move, that is it. You can paralyze yourself. Like, and I was in my big belly, laying bent over like this, and they had the thing there, and they were like, and I couldn't move, and so I was like that. And then, and then all of a sudden it felt like I wet myself or whatever it was. I didn't wet myself, but they told you it would feel like that. And then all of a sudden you don't feel nothing. And then they do a test to see if you can feel it. Can you feel this? Can you feel that? Can you feel... I could not feel shit. Let me tell you this, I could not feel shit. So now, during this time, I actually wish that I had taken more pictures throughout my birth process, because it was literally a movie. But one thing I can say is that even though I couldn't feel anything, when it came, after they had made the incisions, like I said, large out my surgeon with the incision, because you know she kept the thing nice in it. It looks all right. I wish I could show you, but I can't show you. I would have showed you if I don't know how to show you, but I wish I could show you some way. But you can't even see the scar. That's how good it is. Yeah. When it came to taking him out, I couldn't feel anything, but it felt like someone was rummaging around, like, in your handbag. That's what a C-section felt like, because they hold here, so you can feel up here. It's just from your tummy to your toes. You can't feel nothing. So when they did a big push, they did a big push like here, like they did that. So I could obviously feel that. And then down there, when they was taking his head, or whatever it was, his legs, whatever way they come up first, I can't remember. It felt like someone was doing this to me. So if you could imagine someone doing that, that's all it felt like. It wasn't painful, it just felt like this. And then all of a sudden, I had this big cry. I was like, oh my God, he's born. He's got my lips. I didn't cry, but I was like, he's got my lips. And it was this little tiny baby that was the size of my husband's hands, not my hands. My hands are tiny. If he was the size of my hands, I don't know what that would be, because I don't even have hands. I'm a little hobbit. Like, he was literally tiny. And I thought, you tiny baby. But he was so smart. The doctor told me that because there was no space aside, like, if you've got adhesions, it is possible to get pregnant with adhesions. It's just very uncomfortable. People say that pregnancy was supposed to help it, but honest to God, I've got worse, and I've got adhesions from having a C-section, and I'm not allowed to have a natural birth because of problems that I had when I was younger, which means, like, because of the operations I had. So I had some reconstructive surgery, so like my bowels are all they're all joined together, like everywhere. My colon, everything was made, like, everything's man-made sort of thing. So like pushing can undo that surgery. So I can't have a natural birth because they were worried that if I was pushing and something else happened, like, it would be mad. But even in my birth, I had like a bowel surgeon there, just in case, even when they were doing it, a bowel surgeon and a general surgeon, just in case, even if there was adhesions in the way, so they could do whatever they needed to do. So like I had like 10 people in my delivery room, including my husband. So yeah, it is frightening. And on top of this, with the preeclampsia, my blood pressure was going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. I spent 5 days in hospital because I was sick. I had some issue with, I don't know, I caught a virus or something. Pregnancy story time, me. I don't know how I'm going to cut this video down. God knows, it's coming up to about 20 minutes now. Yes, well, if you got any questions about it all, you know my DMs are always open on Instagram. It was nice having a little chin wag with you, and I hope to have a little chin wag with you again very soon. Bye, my lovelies. Recording, but I'm not actually, because he's not going to let me talk, so if you see some editing bits out, you'll know why. Tyro, what are you doing?